I read Elon Musk's autobiography this year.
How's that? I think I saw it on Instagram. I mean, on Twitter.
Um, it was interesting. Um, you know how that one white lady told LeBron to shut up and dribble?
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring the dog in, then we can get started, guys. Okay. I went with an old NPC for this year. I am a Ninja Turtle. R.I.P. You can't see my camera? It's my Discord camera. You should just be able to see it. Name is Turtle. I got the. Well, you know, visions. Huh? You gotta. You on your phone? You have to click on hold, push and hold on my where my image would be, and I think enable seeing the video. Oh, you guys are muted. You guys are muted. Close your thing and open it back up. Can you hear them? I can't hear them.
Yeah, I still don't see you, Brian. I see them though.
Can you hear us now?
There we go.
Yep.
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I say my son helped with put the jewels on these.
That's fire.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
had jewels everywhere. Meanwhile, he's a Sith.
That
You'll
tracks.
see on my face, face jewelry and such.
That's fire.
Very awesome. Big
Saying you're
holiday
mad.
things.
Right? I'm mad. Yeah,
Mad.
yeah. I just dressed up just for myself to feel like I'm part of things.
As one should.
Oh,
Oh, let me get my notes. Okay. Good morning once, good morning twice. Good morning enough times to get things right. This is session 52 of World Breakers campaign. When we last left off, the Ugai, finishing their fight with Patron, had went to Dresden's house to grab Katra and make their way to the overfilled tankard, hoping to intercept any danger coming to Delg. They were able, they didn't get there before anything happened to Delg, and Delg had a quick conversation with one of the three elves you all met earlier about the things he'd been saying about Harry Dresden. Delg was able to very swiftly navigate that conversation, seeming to put the younger elf off his guard, frustrating him and eventually forcing him to leave. Delg was a little unhappy with Katra for that information having seemed to come back to him, though he wasn't too upset, as it wasn't anything hyper important like the Changeling invasion. Katra, after finishing the conversation, they called a night. Fino spent his evening in the other side of the room, while the rest of the Ugai sat at their usual spot, finishing out the night. In the morning, the group had a quick conversation about what to do next. It was decided that they should go to Dresden's to check in, see if Thomas maybe knew where the House of Oaths was, and to also check in with the druid they captured. The group took the journey to get to Dresden's house. Upon there, they had a quick conversation with Thomas regarding the state of affairs. Thomas took some time to explain why he was affected by the anti-magic field and a little bit more about the nature of the White Court of Vampires, though he had a little bit of a rambling explanation. The gist of it was they are energy vampires, they feed on emotions, and his direct family feeds on lust. That's more or less what he was getting into, in that there's a demon actively living in his soul, and if he doesn't feed the demon begins to feed on him. They are born that way, you can't become one, so it's a pretty shitty curse. But you get all the fun vampire-y bits of strength, living for almost forever and all that fun stuff. But because of the anti-magic, it was able to suppress the vampiric demon in him and revert him to almost a regular person, which very shocking, very debilitating. It's the first time he's ran into an anti-magic field, and hopefully the last. He did bring the group down to interrogate the druid he and Harry had captured. It was a longest conversation. The druid made clear that she is openly trying to flood all of Craghammer in the name of, I guess you could call it eco-terrorism. She feels like they've hit a tipping point that they cannot continue to overuse and abuse Alestria, and that if they want to stop the reckoning, there needs to be a great pivot, more or less, with the way the world is handling, the people of the world are handling living there. Her idea being to flood Alestria, or flood Craghammer, and by doing so get the entire world's attention to listen to what she has to say regarding the dangers of the way the world's currently living, the overconsumption, overpopulation, etc., etc. She did mention that she's the leader of a very large group and that there's other divisions. Bringing up, someone had asked if the protesters that the group saw earlier were part of her group. They said they were. They're more, the peaceful arm, trying to do it, the peaceful way, and not getting much traction at all. But that even with her removed and captured, there are still many other things currently in motion. The group mentioned that they knew about the reckoning, although they didn't go into details with her. The persuasion check was high enough for her to actually believe you all. And she's willing to have a frank, larger conversation about her plans and about the reckoning. But she thinks you should probably pivot to stop one of the other things she put in motion first. She said that she had been helping and backing 2 young failed artificers with their machinations. That what the two were aiming for was quite dangerous and could probably get a lot of people hurt and killed. She said that she helped them via providing a very powerful earth elemental for them to use for whatever golem projects they're trying to work. And she also provided them with some muscle, as it were. She did mention that, seeing as how she had tried to kill Dresden and Thomas a few times, she's not quite sure how much she can trust them. But since you all know about the reckoning, she does, for the moment, is at least willing to speak with you all. You all paused the conversation and went upstairs to Dresden's shop or office to have a conversation about what you should do. Slyrak suggested that maybe you tag and follow the kids, the artificers, letting their plan begin. That way you can swoop in the last second and stop it. And with the chaos they create, another stone to stop the King of Craghammer from feeling like he could leave right now. That suggestion was met with a bit of static. Namely, the group not being super happy. He brought it up in front of Thomas, though Thomas didn't seem to care one way or the other. Thomas did say, though, once it was revealed to him that one of the things you're actively trying to do is stopping the King of Craghammer from leaving in a week or so. He suggested that he could get his sister to 100% stop him from leaving. But the cost of that would be you all supporting Harry Dresden and whatever's about to come shortly regarding him being a war criminal. Being out of earshot of Harry, he finally admitted that he's very concerned about it. He does not know how bad it will be, but he does not think it will be good. He is concerned that Faustian elements know Harry's here now, even though Harry wasn't actually hiding or anything like that. That's still very different than someone of Aaliyah's rank and influence being aware of it. But he did ask for the group's support when the time comes. He doesn't know what they'll need, but he is certain that Harry's going to need help, as most of his friends no longer live in Craghammer, or just quote-unquote aren't around anymore. But with that, he said there's no need to decide now, there's no commitment now, but should you all find yourself needing a last-ditch effort to stop the king from departing, he can make it happen. But we left off with the group still in Dresden's shop, not having made a decision exactly about what to go do next. Important part The druid was stuck in a magic circle that cut off her entire access to magic, but she was able to speak directly into Fino's head somehow. Fino asked her how she did it, and she did not answer. But he was able to, or he yelled out loud. I'm not sure if he tried to speak back. I don't remember. In the head.
Yes,
Really?
Philly.
Philly, sorry. But Philly was a bit shaken by the experience. We will pick back up. Let me put the stream on and hope it doesn't murder my computer. Okay. Hold on. I'm going to turn my tablet on. You're going to hear my singing monsters for a moment, I think. That's how I left off on Enzo.
Wake up the Wobblins, wake up the Wobblins.
He was on the part of the island with no music. That works out. Okay. And okay. The floor is yours, folks, as you are back inside of Harry's shop. Oh, office.
Is the druid still in here?
Druid's in the basement, in the magic circle. So she's not on. You all are by yourself in his office.
And it's okay. So Harry's not here with us.
No, Harry's still upstairs in what seems to be maybe in a coma, maybe a coma.
I'm sorry. The lustful vampire. He's not with us, right?
Thomas, what did you call him?
The
The
lustful.
lustful vampire?
He's not lustful. He feeds on lust.
Okay. You say tomato. I say tomato.
No, he's not here. He left. He left you guys to your privacy and asked, very importantly, not to let anything in.
Good point. All right. I'll say to the group. We obviously have to stop this golem thing, but I need to speak with this person.
So, nobody likes the idea of letting them kind of go through with their plan and swooping in?
How will we stop a flood?
I will note
Also-
Cyrax's plan was to let the kids go through with their plan, the golem side, not the Flood Craghammer thing.
No, not the flood crack hammer. I'm talking about the goal.
I do not care about the Crackhammer. So, if it is lost, it's lost.
It is an entire city.
Yes. But I have other things.
We're not going to let our home go.
This is not your home.
We're not from here.
We are.
Our people are from here.
You are not from here. You are from above the mountain. You hate these people.
Still a mountain.
You guys
It's not
do
going
not
to
get
affect the
along.
mountaintop.
And I whispered to them, your king was their king dead. It is not true.
My new friend came off. I'm not willing to let an entire city die. An
Oh,
entire
no.
people.
I do not want them to die. I'm just saying. If you guys let the golems go, which I think is a bad idea, I'm not going to be
No,
hurt.
I thought we were trying to stop it right before the golems get loose. Like foiling their plot
Yes.
before they could get it off.
Yes, because you like to go the risky route and let them start up without stopping them beforehand. And for what reason?
History favors the bold.
For what reason? If you can stop them earlier.
Well, how many people would know that we stopped them earlier if we stopped them earlier?
Yes, for the money, I get it.
How will they understand how great of a threat this was?
Yes, I am too for taking things for ourselves. But to me, it matters that we win. I like winning. Swooping in beforehand and
Well-
making it more risky to win is not fun to me. I want to win.
I don't know if we're
regardless.
making it more risky. Well, we are definitely making it more risky, but think about the upside. You know,
I don't care about
outwardly, it can seem like we wrapped up our case. You know, we did what we came here to do. There probably wouldn't be any more suspicion on us.
I do have one thing though. Feely, you want to question her. You cannot go past that area we were in.
I understand.
Nothing can go through it. Not you or anything else.
I understand.
So you can't throw a spear through there and try to kill her, Philly.
My goal is to not kill her.
No, I see
And
no
what do
reason why you
you
can't
a
question her.
spear? More of the magic dawn type.
A magical spear.
So, if we were to foil their plot earlier, what would that look like? Walk me through it.
I have no fucking clue because I don't really care about their plot.
If we what? Oh, the
Or to
golem?
foil their plot earlier. We would go to the we'd probably go to that city and go capture them.
What if there's not enough proof?
Or district. What if there's not enough
Proof.
that they did it? Well, we can crush those little kids.
Of course we can, but we need to get credit for this, and we need to wrap up our investigation publicly.
Why publicly?
Well, it adds to our valor. It adds to our lore. You guys.
Right.
No, am I alone in this thought?
Yes, but
What's the thought?
Hey, it's
Oh.
Hey, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. I've been waiting for you. So basically, right now, we're discussing the options of stopping the plot right before they get their golem shit off versus trying to stop it earlier. I'm on the side of stopping it right before they get their shit off.
I
Reason
guess.
we're talking about the goal, not the flooding.
Not the flooding, just the golems.
Right. I guess my stance would depend on how pressured that we think the king is. Do we think we need an extra step to get him to stay?
Well, this
I
was.
think
I'm thinking about it more selfishly, and what it could do for our profile.
I think you're right. We need to be in the room where it happens. And
Yes,
I do not want to be here longer than we have to.
we forget about the other things we have outside of the city going on.
I doubt that they'll be as powerful as what was the guy's name that we just fought in his shop?
Patron.
Is there anybody around us? Like,
No.
You're by yourself
No.
in Harry's shop. You just fought Patron, Chris.
Patrick. Yeah, I doubt they'll be as powerful as Patrick. That's for certain.
no, you're forgetting about the world rising.
The what?
Walls rising. And
The
being
walls
there
rising.
where it happens.
Oh my gosh, we have somewhat the attention span of a fly. Jerry, before we came here, we wound up getting ourselves out of a fucking sticky situation in a tunnel. I mean, a dungeon. And when you do something like that,
You froze. Say that again.
You
Anybody
guys
get
are
him?
breaking up over in another meter.
Oh, he said 1 minute.
Okay.
all right, sorry. Which, I was saying, and we got ourselves out of a dungeon. And one of the parts of getting ourselves out of the dungeon, the wall cities rise. If we're inside of the room where it happens when the wall cities rise, we get the power boost. This is something good for us.
So, does this happen if we're there right before the golems? I'm sorry, I didn't follow that.
No, outside of the city. We need to leave the city. We can't stay here forever.
We need to get back to the Royal City. Escalation.
I'm mad I
I'm
was
not following.
last week. I'm lost.
It says
No,
this is
no,
the beginning of-
I'm with you, but all we have to do is make sure that the king stays here. That's the only thing we had to do here, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
The whole
Yeah.
Gollum thing was something we picked up extra.
Exactly.
Correct.
Right, but at this point, feather in our cat type shit.
For
Feather in our
and-
cat.
But we have started it. I feel like we should finish it.
and on
Right.
top of
I
that,
just don't want to stay too long. Plus, especially now that. So, what were you
Cousin.
saying, Greg?
I hear what you say, cousin. We do not want to stay here for too long, but that person in there, that my gosh,
Druid.
that druid said that
The thing, yeah.
first step of their plan, and their plan is the extreme version of what what I don't want to happen.
No, you should not let that happen.
They're working on a way to prevent what I want to happen, but their extreme measures are something I cannot stand for, and that is exactly what they're saying. These golems are starting.
Oh, is that what they're starting?
I thought that she started helping the golems as a side project.
Correct.
Of
So the
hers.
golems were a distraction. She started helping them to try to get Harry and Thomas off of her back, but you guys put
Got
the
you.
case instead of them. So it didn't actually work but she was trying to distract Harry and Thomas by helping them make a bigger noise.
Oh, so it's not.
then it kind of sounds like it might be best to go with Jerry's idea, since we can get on that like now. We can wrap up the whole Gollum thing and put a feather in the cap of stalling the king all at the same time, and then we can get the fuck out of here.
Also, in regards to Thomas saying that his sister can stop the king for sure if we just help Harry, how are we supposed to help if we're not going to be here?
I think he wants to be able to call on us whenever Harry's in the shit, and then he's going to expect us to pretty much stop what we're doing and come help.
I think he is a great ally, but I do not want to be tied to him.
Right.
If I can lend my voice to Harry, I have no problem doing so. But
Can he teleport us or something? Like we might be
I want
halfway
to get
across the
done what
world.
we need to get done.
Why teleport? We can
Harry is just a fighter.
take the train.
That could take forever. Harry could be dead by the time we get there.
Wait, teleport is where?
To wherever Harry's in trouble.
Oh, I don't want to commit to that.
I think we have something in the works for that. Isn't that what Valkyris was trying to work on? The keys are supposed to be some sort of a travel type tool.
No,
Done, I believe.
those are to meet in another space.
Yes, the open and extra dimensional meeting.
That's what it was.
But I do wonder if someone with the key were to open this from somewhere else, and we were to follow them back through their door, could we possibly get to where they were? That may be a possibility.
Good question.
Brian, real quick, what did Harry say? No. Thomas said he was going to ask about the House of Oaths, right? From his family.
He said he'd ask around. If someone in his family may know, he
Okay.
didn't know how quickly he could get that information, mind you.
Okay.
But you got a few.
Oh, yes.
Few things in the fire there.
And also, I did speak with Thomas, and he's going to purchase Patron's house So if there's anything in there that we should like, we will have access eventually.
We wanted to talk to the bird, but now we know who's funding these children, so I don't know how much we actually still need it.
Oh, I would like his stuff. I still would like to create some kind of automaton for our headquarters. I'm
Well,
going to
the
need
thing
his
is-
research.
Patron is coming back. If we have his stuff, I wonder if he could transport to where all his stuff is and just pop up unexpectedly.
Oh, it's not going to be his stuff anymore. It is going
Sometimes
to
they
be.
pop up and shoot.
It is going to be purchased, and it will be our stuff.
Well, it's familiar stuff that he'd be intimately familiar with, that he could teleport to. Or whatever.
Seems like something in the magical domain. Not my specialty.
Well, either way, the house is going to be ours.
Thomas's, not ours.
He was quite content with it being all of ours. He is only going to buy it because I am interested.
Okay. Sure.
I think we can
So-
kill the king on our own, though. I do not think we need him for that.
But yeah.
No.
Anyway.
So,
So what are we
does
gonna do now?
thwarting the plan early help or hinder keeping the king here?
What was your question?
Does foiling the plot early, the golem plot, does that help or hinder keeping the king here? Like if it's all in the reps and it's nobody knows about it, why would he stay?
That is probably hindering.
Well, depends. Like the press could spin it any way that the king is continuing to allow people to work on these things, and just so happens.
But the press may not have a clue.
Well, the press can always get a clue.
Well, if the press thinks that the king is incapable and that outside help was needed in order to keep things, gravy, maybe that press storm could keep him here longer.
That's what I'm saying. But we don't have to wait till the time of the attack. The other thing is they have an earth elemental with them. That's pretty powerful, or it could be.
Right, but if nobody knows about it and it's only through hearsay, even though it's press, it could still be
I'm talking
taken as
about
hearsay.
fighting.
Hmm?
I'm talking about us fighting an earth elemental and golems at least artificial. And whatever additional muscle she has with them now.
We're talking about the two kids, right, with the earth elemental and the golems.
Hmm.
I don't think that they are that proficient with them. I understand that they're dangerous, but I'm not sure how dangerous they are in their hand. Of course, it's life threatening, but we do life threatening shit all the time.
Well, maybe we should let Philly talk to her, see what information he can get from her without giving her too much of our own, and then kind of make a decision from there.
Okay.
Philly, do not crash out.
Oh, Greg has crashed already.
Right. That's why Philly should go talk right now.
That's not what I was talking about, but okay.
All right. And you're really concerned about the golem slowing the kingdom, correct? Y'all are concerned about the golem slowing the kingdom, correct?
I'm concerned about anything.
Yes,
slowing
but
the kingdom.
remember, don't tell her our goal. Anymore. She's overheard thus far. Don't share that unless absolutely.
All right.
I'm gonna cast Enhance ability and give you what is um charisma.
Yeah,
Enhance charisma.
it is.
Alright, see my music.
Nobody can hear your music, dog. Just it's not helping us.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
take
they
your
need
turn.
to charisma check.
Just we'll say it's music.
The group on ass music.
Hold on. I'm about to walk and talk.
We can barely hear you.
Is this man going to a speaker?
No,
Yeah, I go to a what?
That shitty ass internet.
Well, while we wait on his group, oh, what the fuck was that?
Tissy got about to head to the basement. I'm just going to the basement.
Oh no, it was like a loud. Anyways, shout out to Vietnam. Shout out to the Ivory Coast. Missed you guys last week.
Yeah, the friend
Was
with
last
a
week
whole
that
lot of
ultra
things.
chaotic?
Yes, because Manny and Chris went on, and apparently they are the sound of minds in the group or something.
That was
Weird.
something.
It was.
That,
Alright.
that should never be the
That
case.
was weirdly chaotic.
And
Manny
I'm
was on, but
disappointed
Chris
in
wasn't,
you
right?
all.
Manny got on late. He got on late. So until he got on, it was just nonsense.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's not like back when I had Midas. That was Midas's rule. That's not Pheno's rule. He doesn't do that.
I don't even remember. It's just like
It's not
I
his
just
fault.
remember feeling
It
this
was
is
just
chaos.
Because like he could kind of care less.
Alright, are y'all gonna come down with me?
I thought
Alright,
you wanted. Okay.
Changes my theme music.
Theme music?
No, you don't have nothing. Dang, no.
Theme music is hilarious. No.
It's the Benny Hill bullshit. That's what your theme music is.
Alright, I'm ready.
I
Did
feel
y'all
like-
hear it clearly?
Are you actually doing something, Greg?
Y'all didn't hear it?
No, what you
No.
That's you.
Just tell us what it is and we can imagine it.
I played the Stone Cold Steve Austin theme song.
Oh.
No.
Jesus
No.
Christ.
But I
No.
am changing the music of the scene, if that helps you.
Yo, can we kick him out this session? Just this
I'm
session.
pretty sure
Come
that shit
back
is
next week.
trademarked anyway. Don't do that.
Just
Come back
imagine
next
it
week.
like Stone Cold right now.
This
That's
man
not
trying to get
true.
you demonetized.
Oh yeah, Brian, I can't see this at all.
We talking about Greg.
Like I saw the stream a second ago, and now I don't see it anymore.
Is it still up, guys?
Yep. As long as you don't get your internet to group on.
Try to close it and come back in, Greg. It should-
I did it alright. Alright, hold on.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Alright, I see it now.
Okay.
Maybe that's why y'all don't hear my theme music.
That's okay, Greg.
Yeah,
Granted it.
right.
Alright.
Okay, so you all make your way back down to Harry's workshop, where Andrea is trapped in a magical circle. Why can't I never find Jerry's token?
You're a hater.
Maybe.
Okay, but look at my TV.
There we go.
Alright. So Philly starts off. And Brad, we had some questions for you. Do you mind answering a few more before we go?
She looks up at you and she says, I did tell you should probably hurry. I don't know what the kids will be up to exactly.
Where are the kids at?
They are in the Shield District, formerly of Bloodkith.
And your plan to slow down Dresden and Thomas, the lustful vampire. Was there was your plan to slow down anyone else, or was it just these two?
Oh, just the ones who caught me. I thought he'd be an issue, and he turned out he was. I didn't know you all be helping him. His attention should have been fully pulled to the golems.
Mhm.
And Brian, just do I need to do a history check to know how close the Shield District is to where the king resides?
No, that's pretty common-ish knowledge. The sealed district is Disc 2 to the south. The king stays on one of the floating platforms in the top district. So there's a good amount of space in between those two things.
Got you. And in terms of population, will we know like how populated that district is?
It's supposed to be completely sealed off. That's not a nickname. The tunnel across, it's been collapsed.
Sealed district.
Sealed, yes. It has been collapsed entirely.
Got you.
Do we know why? No, why?
Yes, that was the district of the king who wasn't. The Bloodkith line, who failed in their ascension to the throne.
Right. Cool.
All right, y'all can tap in for questions right now as well. I don't think they have any affinity just for me. So
Is my armor done
line
yet?
of questions. Huh?
Oh, sorry, I was asking Brian.
How long were you told it would take?
Like 6 days? So?
Then no.
Well, you
Again, y'all
wanted.
can ask questions until
Yeah.
I get my questions out. I mean, I got other questions I want to ask.
You wanted the world's attention to share your message. Share it with us first. Convince us.
She kind of leans back in her chair and says, convince you. Well, we need to stop destroying the world before the world destroys us. To do that, we need some very radical changes in how we view things and how we view needs versus wants. There are so many Druidic people, but we don't lead the world. Sure, there's Veridus, but it's no world power. The world powers, they don't care about the environment, the plants, the Alestria itself. They just take from her. Foolishly.
And with your plan to drown the world, what do you expect to happen following that?
Drag ground Craghammer. Following that, I expected to make a series of threats to other nations. I expected to make it clear the attack was Druid in nature. That way empowering Veridus's expertise to the world. And there's some other steps along the way, and what paths may open I will have to take then, but if nothing else, I will have slowed the consumption that Craghammer puts on Alestia and bought some more time.
So, what demands would you be making? What do you want people to stop doing in mass?
Well, they clear far too many forests. They dig far too deep. They assume that since the underdog is a different dimension, digging down deep, deep, deep has no consequence. It does.
What consequence is that?
Destroying the planet, of course. You can't just displace rock and stone and think it has no meaning. The planet is balanced perfectly. We
But you
simply
said
dig our hands in the sand.
You said
Andrea,
that Underdark's a different dimension, but it's still Alestria, you said?
It is not, but you reach it by going to the furthest reaches of Alestia. As far down as you can go, the dimension changes. People assume then that Alestria has a bottom instead of a center. They don't quite grasp that you're simply traveling planes at a certain point. You have not hit the bottom, you've simply traversed the plane of existence.
and Andrea, I assure you, I hear the screams of the planet as well. But this radical step of killing a nation, there has to be a better solution.
She thinks for
And that is what I'm attempting to find myself as I bring those who you are talking about closer to the realization of what you are saying.
She rubs the back of her neck and says, Dad, this world is not led by reasonable people. They are currently in a war over a whole other plane of existence. For what reason, I don't know. Apparently, they're dangerous. But that's all they ever tell us. Do you really think people who would war with other realities care about the planet itself?
My goal is to educate. My goal is to stop it in my way. And my way does not involve the destruction of people to save the people.
You hear in your head, Philly, what's your way today may not be your way tomorrow. We all change. Isn't that right?
Spoken as if you've tried it my way before.
Do you say that aloud or in her head?
In my head.
She kind of a sad smile comes across her face and says, "Oh, I've tried it the peaceful way. I just didn't have much success. And when I found that I could do more, I found my point of view changed a bit on what made the most sense."
Did she say that out loud or no?
That's in his head again. So you notice that she's just been looking at Philly, not speaking aloud, and Philly's been looking back at her.
And I do rub the back of my neck right now because this shit is weird.
Would you like to share with the class?
Feely relays everything
Not
to
the
the
only
group
one.
after part of the conversation.
Okay.
And while we're at it, what is this power that allows us to communicate in this manner?
She raises an eyebrow and looking to them this time and saying in her head to you, "Are you sure you want to tell them? People aren't always very understanding."
That is beside the point. My question is, what is this?
She will say aloud, "Oh, it's just a connection that some druids have. It doesn't work amongst all druids, but if your goals within Alestria align the same way, sometimes a bond can be formed. Usually it's thin or temporary, depending on how strong your convictions are."
Catra looks a bit shocked, not quite a slap in the face, but just a little shocked.
They'll take it
Like
back.
something, she's been getting something, yeah, something to think about for a minute. She kind of just gets quiet for a minute.
And then she sees my hair raise up.
Your hair?
What was the thing of being a doppelganger?
Oh, the changeling.
It
thing?
doesn't. It doesn't change.
Changeling.
It
I'm
doesn't
joking. I'm joking. But what I do say is, and with this connection, and I say this still in my head, and I put my finger up to the group, and more of a calming terms, just to calm down because I see my cousin's reaction. But I say,
Jerry slaps Slyrak on the shoulder and says, "Ha, we got a druid."
With this power, does there come great responsibility?
She smiles sadly again, and she will say aloud to you, responsibility, no, but a great debt.
Is this debt my life? Out loud.
She shrugs. Only if you get killed.
Jerry leans over to Slyrak and says, "I think it just got weird."
And I just look at this person. I just look at this person curiously. Yeah, I'm really confused right now. Gregory and Feely.
That's great.
She will say to you in your head, you have clearly accepted the first conversation. When you're ready, just reach out for the second one. Things will be more clear after that.
This conversation or that conversation. If your plan is to drown the world, not just Craghammer.
The world. I do not
no.
plan to drown the world. It's not possible.
I assure you. I assure you, once you terrorize one nation, you will not stop. I can see it in your eyes. I roll for seeing in her eyes. What would that be? Insight check?
That might be
You are loosely describing insight. Man.
That's
Woof.
funny.
That's wild.
This is a great conversation.
That's you haven't been playing it for 5+ years.
Roll for seeing in her eyes. Woof. So as you try to pierce her soul, essentially, get the real vibe of her.
Well, let me roll perception instead. Let me roll perception.
No, it's insight is what you're talking about.
No, it's definitely insight.
It's definitely insight.
Wait, is insight
We've been doing this
charisma?
for too long.
Is
Was insight
what?
charisma? Charisma or wisdom?
No.
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Oh, damn. Okay.
As you try to peer behind the veil, as it were, she's extremely hard to read. Her convictions are rock solid. You can't really glean anything beyond that. You can't glean any larger plan. You don't see any larger, viciousness of destroy one nation, destroy them all. But you can't get a read on anything beyond what she's saying to you. She will say out loud, I do not mean to wipe out all living races on Alestria. I simply mean to cowtail them to stop destroying Alestria. We need to be symbiotic, not parasitic.
Right, about that. You really can't listen to this anymore. You don't have a plan. You have a list of complaints. Everything you have said this entire time has been a complaint. These are what I'm going to do to get people to what? To stop this, stop that. That is not a plan. That is a wish list. At no point have you had any idea of how are these people going to stop this other than what? Pure fear, How
She,
are they going to stop cutting down all the forest? What are you going to do to mitigate what is currently being used? You can't possibly expect millions of individuals to simply stop major activities overnight because you scared one city? No, I'm sorry, but I agree with Feely. Once you do this, you will have to do it again and again and again. And that cannot happen. And you clearly don't have any plan to move forward. So, I am very grateful that you were able to help him with whatever connection you have. But I personally have had enough, and if the coup is all done, I would very much like to kill her now.
Yeah.
Kill her?
No, wait.
she
At this rate,
laughs
she
a
may
bit.
die of thirst on her own.
Her whole life has been committed to using her magic to scare, oppress, and murder others, and she only has plans to continue doing so. I cannot allow her to leave this place.
And
Right?
Yeah.
Slyrak, I cannot allow you to kill her. As someone who
What?
started off on the same path as me, who's been skewed along the dark side of things.
Feely, that sounds great, but fuck that shit.
Hey.
Wait.
We shall not have infighting. Let's go away and have this conversation.
We don't have infighting when we can have outfighting right here. She's right there.
No. Let's leave her be.
Thomas said nothing can cross this barrier.
Let's let
So
her
let's
be.
not do that. We do not know what the consequences of this is.
Anybody
We do
got a
not know
marble?
what
I'll
her
toss one in.
abilities are.
She
We do not
I'm
know
not
what
gonna
her
use, I'm
abilities
not gonna
are.
use your marble, Slyrak. I won't use that. But if anybody else has another marble,
She smiles and she says, no magic can penetrate this barrier. Anything physical will break it. If you think you're faster than me, go for it.
Let's all take a moment
she's already
away.
talking about running.
Away. Let's take a moment away. She'll be
No,
here.
she's not talking about running. She's talking about attacking you before you can attack her if you break that barrier.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
I'm posturing.
No, I
I'm
understand
posturing,
that.
Brian.
Okay.
I'm
No
talking to the group.
No
Again,
further threats are needed.
if we
Team,
leave
let's
her
go.
here, no one can survive without water. Let's relax for a minute. Let's go away and discuss.
Bino is going to try to stealth away from the group.
There's no reason to
Climb
stop.
back in.
You have to climb a ladder up and open a
Climb the ladder up. Okay.
Let us go
This
amongst
is
our way
nonsense.
for what we plan to do.
And then I'll walk away.
Before we go,
I'm going to get Thomas.
Okay. He's leaving.
I want to be the last one to go up the ladder.
I want to ask her. You must have a contingency plan. If the flooding does not succeed for whatever reason, what else can be done to help get your point across without such a loss of life?
She thinks for a moment. Well, we would need a very powerful, very influential world leader to back our cause. They could champion all of this. They'll be the ones who have to make the changes that I demand anyways.
Have you considered the impact of your demand?
Which side is the, which impact? It working or
Well, as Slyrak mentioned, people don't just do it. We don't cut down trees just because we like how it sounds. How will people replace them? What will be their alternative? Have you considered it?
I am not a leader of a nation. I am not a leader of a city. It will be their responsibility to figure that out.
And Mbara, correct me if I'm wrong, because I am not of the means that we need to quit cutting down the trees, but we need to do it in a way where it's not greed and hurting the earth. Sometimes, as the fire dictates, new life is born. Sometimes the grass needs to be grazed. for new life to spring.
What are you saying?
Drowning the nation is not the way, but overconsumption of the planet is also not the way. There is a way to live in harmony, and I will find that way.
She kind of twitches for a second and kind of rubs the back of her neck again. She says, if we had the time, that would be very reasonable and very possible. We have overconsumed for far too long for slow action. You will not be given the chance for slow change.
How much time do we have?
She looks at you earnestly. I don't know.
Then how do you know we don't have time? What time do you think we have?
12 years.
Her eyes kind of flick to Philly, and she says, someone told me we don't have much time, and I believe them.
Jesus Christ.
I think we got. I think we got all we need out of Andera. Feely turns to walk away. Thank you for the information. In his head, he says, "And where can we find the Purple Hearts?"
The Purple Hearts?
Yeah, that's what you named the people last time. The Foundational Druids of Crackhammer.
Where'd you get Purple Hearts from? Did I say Purple Hearts too? Or did you identify it?
What you said? Foundational Druids of Crackhammer?
We did say foundational rules.
That part exists. The Purple
They
Hearts.
FBA? They FBA?
I don't have Purple Hearts, but that doesn't mean you didn't say it.
I have the note of the Purple Hearts.
That could have been. No.
There's the purple-eyed Bippy.
Yeah.
No,
think
I got the green Bippy. I got the purple Bippy. They're a joke. And then later on, listen, I took notes last week, man.
Okay.
Once we start talking about Embera, we named the Purple Hearts.
Purple Hearts it is.
Okay, that's the code name. That's the outward-facing name then. The Foundational Druids of Crackhammer. Purple Hearts. She says, I'm sure you can find them protesting. If you need our resources, simply tell them. She thinks for a moment and says, looking at you directly, tell them you've heard Alestria's voice.
Uh-huh. Thank you for your time. Stay alive. Don't die. And don't drown the world. We might be able to make great things happen.
Please stop assigning the world's destruction on me. It's just Crackhammer.
Once you pop, you just don't stop. And that's when I walk up the stairs.
So fucking stupid.
I love that line, actually. I love that line.
It's the foundational druids of what again?
Crackhammer.
Crackhammer.
The FBA. Foundational
FBA?
Black American.
Oh, I had.
Foundational Black American.
And I'm going to go back and listen to last week to make sure Purple Hearts was actually what it was called.
It is now.
But I took that note.
So, yeah, hey, listen. I will go
Canon.
every time. Yeah. So you all need to go back up. I think, Fino, you left to go get Thomas?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so he is not in the shop when you guys come in.
Hold on. I wanted to be the last one up the ladder for a reason.
Okay. So what are you doing last up the ladder?
I'm not closing the lid, and I'm taking off my wrap so I'm invisible, and I'm going back down.
Oh god.
So instead of coming up, you stay down and take the wraps off?
No, I go up, but I don't close the door behind me because you said there was like a latch door.
Yeah.
And I take off my wraps and go back down. And then close
You're
it.
just standing there taking off your wraps
Just drops
in the
trial.
room? Like,
Everybody.
so we're
It's
just like,
a small room. They're going to see you do that.
Hello?
They know I'm invisible. Whatever.
What?
Okay, so as you guys come up, you see Jerry comes up and starts taking his wraps off.
May I ask why?
Going back down.
Do not attack her, please.
He starts unwrapping faster.
No, seriously.
He keeps unwrapping faster.
Oh,
Just
God.
have some faith. Just have some faith.
No, I do not. Do you intend to attack her?
Have I got my wraps off yet?
You're fully wrapped head to toe. Not yet.
I know.
Brian always
All right,
says
where am I
it
at?
takes a long time.
No, it takes some time. It really does.
Damn.
It's like taking on and off armor. It's like a 10 to 12 minute thing. It's not quick.
10 to 12 minutes. No, I'm
No,
good.
that's why people pretend to sleep in their armor.
Never
because
mind.
It takes a long time to put it back on.
Never
door
mind.
is still
I didn't get my
open.
armor yet, though. I have my wraps. I just don't have
No, I'm saying
armor.
it is the same. It's the same kind of time heavy thing.
All right, never mind.
I mean, it's relative. We can jump 10 minutes, but it's not. Just be aware.
No,
it's not
but
the
he
fastest.
knows I'm not about to let him go fight this woman.
It doesn't change it being 10 minutes or 1 minute or 30 seconds.
I wasn't gonna go fight her though.
Did you say that? Oh,
I wasn't gonna go fight her. I was just gonna go downstairs and see what's going on. See what she's saying to herself.
Okay. Just
Thanks,
promise
we're
me you
gone.
won't attack her, and you're free to do what you wish. I mean, you're free to do it anyway, but
Those are completely contradictory statements. Promise me you won't. You won't hurt her, but then you can do whatever you wish.
well, if the wish is not
That's
to
great.
hurt her, then you can do whatever you want. As long as it's,
whatever
I mean,
you
as
want
a
within these
player, that's not what you want to do.
We have some small
So
constraints
manslaughter
outside
is
of
on the
that.
table. As long as I didn't come here with that intention, we're good.
Yeah.
Deep.
Sorry.
That is deep.
I mean, no, it's not contradictory. It's like, what do you want to do? Okay, so then do what you want to do. If we know
Yeah,
what you
I'm
want to
just trying- I'm
do
just trying to
within
spy.
certain parameters,
I'm trying to spy.
then we're good.
Okay. So, do you want to take the wraps off and go
Let
spot?
their fear rule you.
Yeah, I'll take the wraps off and listen.
Okay.
Very good.
Give me a stealth check as you go back down.
With advantage because I'm invisible.
It is.
I'm like, no, he ain't shit.
Did he say defeat? Sorry. Hold on.
Huh?
Went from a 4 to a nat 20.
Nice. So you are quite used to stealthing around invisibly. You very easily descend the ladder with noiselessly and find yourself in the room. She doesn't notice you come down at all. She is sitting in the chair, kind of bent over a bit, just rubbing the back of her neck as if it looks like it hurts, maybe.
Can I roll history to peep if I noticed that between her and Feely?
I mean, you did see
They
that
were-
happen. It didn't seem like they were doing exactly the same thing, but they did both during the conversation rub the back of their necks.
Alright.
Hers seemed. Well, roll insight for me.
With advantage?
No.
There, I tried. 16.
16. You're not sure why Philly rubbed his neck. Hers, you get the feeling it's either something on the back of her neck hurts, or there is something on the back of her neck. You're not sure which it is.
Mm.
So either there's a wound or a scar there, or there's something on the back of her neck.
Is that all that happens while I'm down here?
Well, so she's in prison, so she's not really doing too much.
Right, but she thinks she's by herself, so is she talking out loud to herself or anything? ruminating over anything?
She. What would she be doing? So she would be rubbing the back of her neck. She'd be mumbling a bit. Roll perception for me with advantage, since you can get pretty
Alright.
close.
$13.
Okay, 13. So she's rubbing the back of her neck and she's just saying, "We have to make it right. We have to make it right. We have to balance the scales. I think this will work. Craghammer, it's huge. So many people. You know, that's a big, very big piece of us that would have lost. That should balance out the moon. This will be fair. This should all even out. It should make it okay. I think it's okay." And she's just kind of going in a verbal circle, just kind of spouting numbers, population counts of Craghammer. You know, the human cost, the effects it would have on industry, just trying to essentially tally up what bringing down Craghammer would be worth on a large scale of how it would affect the planet.
Not right now, but could you send me like a list of those things?
Oh boy, are you gonna use it for something? Because that's a lot of legwork.
Maybe. Maybe.
I can create and send the the impact of Craghammer on the larger world, I guess, is what that would be.
Yeah, I'm talking about her calculations.
Well, I mean, it doesn't seem to really. They're not sane people ramblings. It's more like, you know, 5 million on this, 100,000 on that, this, third. They feed a couple of other nations, so they probably impact a couple million just there. You know, if you factor in their weapons, that goes to war, so that helps, but it also hurts. So there's a plus minus how many lives they affect that way. It's really just a crazy person's rambling, it sounds like.
All right, cool.
Just way too deep in the nuance of destroying a nation.
Jerry makes his way back up the ladder.
Okay.
He starts putting back on his rack. And so this is a group. She's crazy. She's not sure about anything. She's down there trying to convince herself that she's on the right path. She seems a little worried that she's in this position. But I also think that one of the most important things I could say here is that the scared person is the most dangerous person on the planet. And she's scared. When people are scared, when druids are scared even, no telling what they'll do. No offense.
I mean, I still haven't gotten to Thomas yet.
He left before you guys went back downstairs. But roll investigation for me as you go, because you don't know where he went. So roll investigation for me. He didn't go back upstairs.
Walk around this motherfucking crib. You, Tommy boy, these niggas tripping. Investigation. Natural 20.
Okay.
25.
First, you very quickly go upstairs. He's not with Harry. You make your way back down, kind of look around. And you do recall that he wears some very expensive boots that have a very particular imprint. And you're able to kind of track that as he did kind of walk through some of the leftovers of the Kraboos. And you can kind of, you track that very quickly to a local pub called Max. And you find him inside talking with the barkeep. An older gentleman, it's a pretty mid-sized pub, I would say. Not a lot of people in there right now. he's talking to the bartender, and the bartender's just kind of in response.
Mhm.
What
So-
you say as you- go.
I pull up a chair next to him. I say, some of our friends are a little more overzealous. I think talk should be you should be nearby when they have conversation, just in case things get out of hand.
Is he a rat?
Kind of the
Sounds
fact.
like it.
So Thomas says, "I should be around." You said.
Well, yes, I don't think that you need to listen in, but just in case something crazy happens, people get too big for their britches.
He leans back with a beer in his hand.
What the fuck is happening?
a lot. We'll be back to you.
Were
guys.
you not
Tino's
in
being
this
a hoe.
same fight that we
Tino's
were in
being a
yesterday?
hoe.
Thomas will say, Fino, I have one priority. That's my priority. He cares about this place. I don't.
No, I do not care about this shit either. I'm saying
What is your concern? Speak plainly.
we don't want people going free because people get too brash in their action.
What is he doing?
Oh, he looks. You can talk in front of Mac. He knows
I get
everything
it.
about
I get it.
everything. No one's leaving
Okay,
that
yeah.
basement.
Yes, okay. It is not a danger if we go past the barrier.
No. Yes, I told you not to do that. Don't go past the barrier.
Okay. So
You do that.
what I'm saying is, I don't know if all of us are going to keep our heads on. If she gets into one of our heads, they might attack her. You have to remind them that the barrier will break, and you have to remind them how strong she is. That's all I'm saying. You need to hear it from someone but me.
Do they not believe when you say things to them?
I do not know that I can stop them all the time. I try to talk sense to them.
You are going to seriously need to talk with your friends. You should not be this concerned about their actions.
I am concerned they will get themselves killed.
Well, say that to them. Come from a place of kindness and actual concern. I'm sure they'll listen to you.
Fuck this.
Do you want me to do it?
No, I do not.
You sure?
I want you to tell them that they can't go past it,
I
or
did
she
that.
will be able to come out of it.
I did that already.
And tell them that she can take Harry one-on-one.
She can't.
She can't.
Tell them she can.
He captured her alive.
He says,
The fuck are we talking about?
hold on, background people, just wait your turn.
It wasn't easy for him to capture her, though.
It wasn't. It was not easy at all.
He still did it.
Not by himself, though.
Thomas says, listen, I can reaffirm how powerful she is. This will be the second high-level magic user. You all have been around very shortly. She is very powerful. I'm sure she could kill most of you. As I mentioned, she can't get out that circle unless you break it. There are other defenses in the house. But
That's all I want them to know. Is that she can kill us.
is that not me and Harry had to take her down? I mean, it was complicated.
You know what?
What?
Fuck you. Forget I ever said.
What did I do here? Mac goes. Thomas finishes his beer, puts it down. All right, let's go back. Let's go. We'll all have a good group discussion.
Yes, please.
And he heads back out.
I'm about
Jumping back to the group, that he's been gone about 15 minutes or so. What are you guys talking about? You've just come upstairs
Honestly-
from the basement.
I guess by this point, I'm finishing up putting on my wraps.
Yes, wraps are back on.
And-
Back up from telling them everyone that she's crazy and unstable and she's afraid.
And Slyrak would have calmed down after Catherine reminded us that she's going to starve to death in a couple of days anyway.
Yeah.
How's dehydration first?
How long does this stay up?
Does what?
The shit she's trapped in.
Someone roll a Arcana check for me.
Oh, well.
Can we all roll
I actually just got home. I can roll that.
it? Everybody roll.
I have a
Everybody
plus
get the
5.
roll on.
Does anybody want to
18.
just give me advantage or? No. Okay.
Everyone's a rolling.
So,
Keep
Everybody
rolling,
get the fucking roll on. What?
I'm gonna use my advantage.
A lot
as
of
a
songs are
plus.
rolling.
15 for Slyrak.
Okay.
21.
Okay.
21. That's
Magic
I have
circles
a
are
plus
permanent.
5.
If that is not broken, it will not break.
oh shit! Yeah, let her die.
Some of them are designed to dissolve at dawn. This one, there's an iron bar put into the floor. This one should stay up until Harry wants it to drop or someone breaks it.
All right.
Come back in 2 days.
While
As long as she dies.
Good answers we get.
while Jerry was away, I want to go over to my cousin and say, "Can you tell me in depth what did you see? What did Alestria say to you?"
No, I told you in the past what my dream, cousin. When
I
there
don't
was
think you told us in depth. You just said you woke up, you saw fire or something.
no. Well, the exact words was I told them what I saw.
Oh,
Brian, you can correct me, but there's a dwarf with a sword that's being plunged into Alestria, and there are tears of blood flowing from his eyes or the earth.
It's a warhammer, not a sword.
Okay.
And he's plunging it onto an anvil, and there's blood running from the hammer itself into the anvil, and it seems that act turned something on and activated something that leads to this big reckoning.
And I did tell. I think I told everybody, and if I didn't, I can restate everything now. Is everybody in the group around, or do we got to deal with Saeed's paranoia?
He's not back yet, and this is happening right before Jerry gets back. Really, it's just you, Katra, and Slyrak at the moment.
Wait, I thought we started this saying that I was back.
She
I
said
said
this when you were still downstairs.
Oh, okay.
All right, so cousin, so that's the vision that I saw once we started this group together, the Ugai. But I started the mission for that exact reason before I even saw that vision. And once Pheno returns, I'll explain that all again.
so do you know how to stop it?
No, my goal. I feel like I am where Anbrail was when they first began. And that's why I have some type of compassion for them. My goal is to try to persuade others to stop misusing Alestria and the planet before that vision comes to pass. Oh yeah, I said all this in like the first week when I said everything to everybody and nobody else said their mission.
Backstories. Yeah, but the difference being when you got your memory back, it was the larger vision. Your original, when you first set out, you didn't have all that.
Gotcha. But I thought I said that, but I'll say it again to the group.
Mm-hmm.
you butcher, or I'll kill you.
this point, Jerry's back. You guys had the conversation about she's crazy, she's scared.
Mm-hmm.
And we will say around now, Thomas and Fino come back. Unless there was something else you want to discuss before he returns. Okay.
So when I come in the door, I say, "Do any of you idiots?" Oh, of course you have not. You would be fighting right now. I think you need to sit down and listen to Thomas.
I think you need to calm down, Dad.
No, you're too rash. Do not fuck this up for me.
For you?
For you.
What is it that we are fucking up?
For you.
I cannot die until I have killed someone.
So don't die.
Easy.
Don't go through the barrier to fight her, no matter what she says to you.
Now I kind of
Yes,
want
she's
to.
gonna starve in a couple days. We already established that. Where did you go?
Hey, is that
Snuck
Thomas?
away again and didn't tell anyone where you were going.
Yes.
Is that Thomas?
Yeah,
Thomas, hey,
came
shake
back
my
in.
hand.
He shakes your hand and he goes and sits on the desk, looking at you all, and says, "So, good group dynamic, I see."
What? Did you go tell Dad?
He just happened to run into me when I was on my way back. I was going up to check on Harry. He asked me to come down here instead.
I respect that, Thomas, but we were all here, and then he disappeared, and now you guys are back. So
I can talk to you.
He puts his hands over his heart. You don't believe me, Jerry.
you didn't break my hand when you shook it just now, so I don't know what's going on.
Listen, I'll be brief because I do need to check on Harry. I think it's clear already, but it took me and Harry to bring the druid down. A straight fight, Harry could take her, but she can summon things. She's very crafty. And she's a lot stronger than she should be. I don't know why, but she is. That being said, she would murder you all. I think that's clear, but if it's not, she would murder you all. So, nothing physical should pass through the barrier or it will break it. Nothing magical can. So if you just want to get some frustration out and throw a magic thing at the wall, have at it.
Jerry looks at Slyrack and says, "Is this an intervention?"
I'm not entirely sure what's happening. I think they're just a bit behind.
We're not gonna. She's gonna die in there.
This matter has already been resolved.
Well, I don't. Just so we're all on the same page. If she dies before Harry wakes back up, yes, she will die in there. I'm not going to help her. If Harry wakes up before she dies, I cannot guarantee he'll let her starve.
Do we have to let her know she's still there? Will he know his spell's still up?
Will you know?
Will he know?
Harry? No, you have to
Yeah.
check it. No, he's not magically linked to it.
Well, just keep him up.
I have to ask, would you be able to feed her, Thomas?
Jeez.
Me? No, I can't. I have no interest.
Anything physical passes through the barrier, it breaks. Don't you understand about that?
And
Yeah,
only
but-
Harry can put it back up.
We need to put Harry to sleep again and again.
Harry is sleeping.
What if
Can
you just let her get to the point where she gets, a little bit exhausted? Well, really exhausted.
How long has she been?
And then give her a fair shake at survival.
She's only been in there a day. Less than a.
That's what I'm saying.
What the fuck are you talking about, Jack?
Listen. This is all
If
very.
Dresden doesn't want to just let her starve, we can let her out right before she kicks the bucket.
Just so we're all on the same page. Once Harry wakes up, you can't just walk in there whenever you want. This is his house. But again, she's not going to go free or anything. He may just not kill her outright that way. There's a whole magical rule set that most people don't know about, so she's dead eventually, one way or the other.
Can you go feed off her left?
That's all I needed to know.
All right. What'd you say?
I'd like to do it the one way, but the other is a consideration.
Drain her of her energy.
Drain her of her energy.
Yes, feed off of her lust.
Me? Oh.
Physical barrier.
I could still do it. I do need to touch
What?
her. No, I could entice her through the bed. Listen. Her mind does not seem to fully be her own. I did try to. Harry calls it to come hither. I tried that. It didn't really work.
Is that lust tactic number 5?
Girl,
No, it's a natural ability of mine. It's a,
get over here,
of course.
girl.
It's not even that. It's very hard to describe.
Slide dog.
When I so want to, I am the most attractive person in the room, the most charismatic. You want to know me, you want to be around me. It just naturally happens. I've learned to control it a bit.
Can't stop, won't stop, huh?
No, it's a curse. So.
Oh shoot! Stop, yo.
What
That's
am I?
what I-
Wait! Oh, damn it! Greg. Jeez. At any rate, I think I may have mentioned this the other day, but it's more comparable to spells like Charm Person, Suggestion, Dominate Person, etc., etc. My family believes actually those spells were crafted to mimic what we do naturally. Other courts can be so jealous. Neither here nor there. Just she'll be dealt with. I don't know what you all have been talking about, but I do hope everyone's.
Squinting at him like, I don't see it.
Your voice is kind of low there, Michelle. I can't.
Yo, that's hilarious.
Catherine's like squinting, like trying to see the charm.
Yo, that's crazy.
Not trying to be rude, but like genuinely like.
He smiles and he says, "I am holding it in on purpose." If you recall, when you all first met him, when you were trying to save Harry, you all tried and failed charisma saves, and you found him extremely charming at the time. That's when he was trying to impact your minds. But generally speaking, Thomas is at the extreme end of elven beauty. It's just by default, human beauty, just by default, is an oddly attractive individual. But he says, all right, well, do you need help with anything? Are you doing something next that I could aid you with? I'm not leaving the building. I gotta keep an eye on Harry, but you going somewhere you need help getting in?
I would like to know who controls her. She's a head, but you're saying maybe not.
You think there's someone above her?
Didn't you say you don't think she's in full control of her mind?
Oh, yes. If it were just her, my effects would do something. I do not know that there is a person or a puppet master. I just think there's something else in there with her. That's usually the only thing that throws off the come hither.
Hey, Feely,
Yeah.
would you allow him to try to come hither on you?
Hey.
I'm
Oh.
curious if the thing that is stopping her is the thing you
right.
share.
Well,
My
your friends.
that way.
Thomas says, I don't
Sure.
either. I could still put the charm on. You won't jump on me.
Cousin, I'll stop you from it.
I doubt you'll be able to charm me, but you can try.
He
Oh.
leans back against the desk and kind of folds his hands, looks at you, and he says, "Come hither." Jokingly.
Oh.
Make a charisma saving throw.
Woo! Is that still in hand? Is it still in hands?
Are you shooting?
That's me.
Manning.
Brian, it's my plus. I have a +1 on saves. Is that automatically added?
Yes, it should be. Is it something different or something? Where's it come from?
I think it comes from my ring of. Oh, I think it comes from my ring of protection. Yeah.
Do you have it equipped and attuned, or do you just have?
I started the game with it.
Let me double check and make sure that is turned on. I mean, so we
Yeah.
don't you have advantage on this or something from?
That's
Is
correct.
he within 10 feet of me?
Yes, he is.
Or protection +2 on saving throws?
Okay, and yeah, your +1 is applied to all your saves.
And now I get another. That's
It's a
16.
+2 from him, 16. Okay, so he says, "Come hither." You sitting there, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. You feel yourself immediately just like, oh, that's the greatest person in the world. That guy, I want to do anything he needs to help him. Does he need money? Does he need resources? Does he want me to hurt someone for him?
I wonder if he wants some weed.
Hold on, let me finish. That too. But you want him to like you. You want to do anything to make his day better. And then back of your neck hurts. And you know this isn't a natural, true emotion of your own. And you know if you want to, you can stop feeling this way immediately. You want to stop feeling this way immediately.
Nope. I love it.
you go to Thomas?
So you actually do start walking forward, and Thomas holds a hand up. Stay right there. Raise one foot and jump in the circle.
All right, now stop.
That would
Like
make
this.
me very happy.
Brian, I tap into the power and I stop it, man.
As your foot begins to raise, you break it, and you kind of just shake your head. But when it breaks, it's a rush and a panic because you immediately realize your free will was gone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching my cousin. I want to roll insight to see.
There's so much going on here. What is his face doing right now?
Thomas?
Yeah.
It's a little. He has the mask of a smile on. Roll insight.
Coy?
Not quite coy. Roll insight.
Oh my gosh.
12. He smiles. 9? Huh?
Oh no, I rolled it again just to check. It was worse.
He smiles with a bit of an apology on his smile, and he says, sorry. I pulled it on a little strong just to see what you could do. You got yourself out of it. You must have what she has.
I have the Philly pack.
I assure you, weed is no defense.
Roll a 16 insight. Can I tell that anything weird just happened now?
With Philly?
Yeah.
Yes, because he didn't break it immediately. You did see his demeanor change, and his body language was all moving towards Thomas. When Thomas told him to stop, he stopped immediately. He did not do anything else beyond that, but you saw the change of when he was completely just zoned in and locked on Thomas, and when he came back to himself.
And how does my neck feel, Brian? Hurt?
Hurts a little bit.
All right, so you see me reach for my neck again.
Hmm.
That is.
Does
Twice
Jerry
now.
see this?
Yeah, everyone saw this.
All right, because Jerry was looking at the neck shit earlier.
Yeah, he's rubbing his neck again. You don't roll. What do you think happened? Because I mean, you saw it in real time. Everything that I just said just happened in front of you. You know
I
the
just know.
you know the conclusion you drew from the druid in her neck. Either a wound or an object's there.
So I'm looking for the same thing, and now I'm looking for it on Feely.
You walking behind him?
Yeah.
What? I turned to feel and said, what snapped you out of it? No.
Cousin, there was a certain something. I don't know, but as I learn more, I will tell you more.
Is your neck okay? Is your neck okay?
Yeah, it feels good now, but I did feel something earlier. And again, once I learn more, I will tell you.
What do I roll to kind of like look at his neck as he says?
Well, there's not much you can roll here. He has long hair and he does have the cloak behind him, so right now the bare neck isn't visible. Give me a perception check to see what you can see through there. Maybe catch a glimpse.
9.
Not gonna do it.
Can I roll? I don't know if it'd be.
Everybody okay?
It just happened.
Maybe you should mute for a second.
Huh?
That threw me off. Can I roll like nature or something?
I'm gonna tell you everything.
No, to see if I've heard of anything like nature being able to like help us out against certain things.
Oh, if there's any nature-based thing that would help him have broken that charm just now?
Yeah, like a druid thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
With advantage? No.
No.
You should have inspiration though for the costume.
Yes, you do.
Oh yeah, hold on.
Hey, it worked.
That was worse. 15.
15?
Yeah.
I mean, there are things that improve wisdom. Or that help with, steadying the mind. That help deflect charm and things like that. You didn't see him take anything. You haven't seen him take anything all day that would do that. You can't think of any natural remedy that would have done what just happened for him. Thomas looks at you all and says, I don't like to do that. I don't just do that to people, just so you know.
Come on.
She's watching the Cowboys lose to the Niners, guys. Yeah, I don't just.
Henry
do
thinks it's
that to
funny.
People.
Didn't we try doing it for us when we first met?
Yes, I did. You were enemies then. I didn't know who you were, and my brother was dead.
Is that what you do at the bar every night with the whole roulette thing?
No, that's just my natural charm.
Oh, no,
I can't suppress the whole thing. I am just naturally very attractive.
I also gotta say, outside of that, I don't care. Anyways, we've only known Harry a few days. You know, he's been dead once, and now he's in a coma. So this might be his day-to-day life. I hate Thomas, but I kind of fuck with him.
Oh, you'd be surprised how much shit like this happens to him.
I don't think I would be at this point.
You could write a book series about it.
That was good.
Just by the way, be clear. I am a monster, technically. I'm a vampire. If you run into any of my family, run from them. They are monsters. They are not restrained like I am.
Would you consider them lustful?
Lustful? Their world revolves around.
So lustful.
They feed on lust and power and control.
So they fill up on lust.
The energy they feed on is lust. So that is what they target. That is what they create. They are overly attractive. They are mind-numbingly charming.
Yeah, they're just full of lust.
Where are we going with this?
I don't know where.
I'm just trying to prove the fact that they're lustful.
Oh, okay.
They are hungry. I'm trying to impact onto you, not to take them lightly should you ever come across them. They are hungry.
Oh, no, I don't take them lightly.
All right. Anyways, where are you going next? What's the next step for you?
Well,
we were gonna go get the golems, but we never got that information.
No, we got the information.
We know where they are. Yes.
Yeah, you got that already.
Yeah, we gotta go to the.
And I think we.
So we are doing it then.
Yeah.
But
we're stopping them right before the golems, or we're stopping them before they can get to right before.
We're back to square one, huh?
Yep.
Strategically, I would say we should get to wherever we know they're going to be and get there first.
I agree with that.
Which plan that?
Just where they are.
I think that should be both plans, regardless. Get there, do the reconnaissance, figure out what we're working with. I'm just saying delay the actual mission until right before, so we have the most fanfare with it.
Cool. Thomas will say, 'cause I assume most of that was above table talk. Thomas will say, do you know where they are? Can you get there?
They're in the Seal District.
Oh.
And how much time do we have until this happens?
Did somebody give
them?
Okay, that wasn't disclosed.
Yes,
okay.
you guys found directions on how to get in it when you went through Puntz's house. It was in a letter.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So you have directions on how to enter the Seal District.
Yeah.
We're not going to have an audience that's in there then.
No. But we can do it now.
At least we're not supposed to. There's not supposed to be anyone in there.
Thomas says, "Oh, you're going to the Seal District. There's a few good taverns in there. Make sure you stop and get a drink at least."
How is it? Is it so? Folks walking in, like we wouldn't be immediately placed as outside. There are people there.
No, I misunderstood. Okay.
Not really. You didn't, Manny. This is the first time you're hearing that it's semi-populated.
Okay.
Wait, no. How many people were there? And you said none.
You
No.
asked who? How many people were there?
I asked Andrea and Bria.
She knows what she knows.
Okay.
Thomas says, "Oh, people sneak in from time to time. Kid Bloodkith won't give up digging the thing out."
So you said there are taverns, so there are inhabitants currently. Are they all Bloodkiss or?
No, there's only one kid stayed around. As anyone who helps them, anyone who digs out a property can keep the property. It's a little known secret.
Interesting.
What?
Is very
Question.
persistent. Yes.
If a Bloodkiss found out they were robbed of the title from the current king, what do you think that would do?
Have you ever seen a civil war? He leans forward. Were they robbed?
Brian, I want to ask you: do
Okay.
I have any? I know the memory is white for me. I got it back. But
Yes.
would there be? Do I have any way of like proving this at the moment?
Proving it outside of convincing someone you're not lying, no. Your touchstones would be, I guess the servant would be the only person you could probably track down if you really wanted to.
Would I be able to? Would I be able to recognize two people who were talking though?
No, you wouldn't recognize that.
Okay. You know
At
what the
least,
memory?
with the memory, you'd probably recognize the voices if you heard them again.
Right. Because I was right. Okay.
Yes. I think you rolled for perception though. You didn't get very high to see faces.
Okay.
So what do you say to Thomas in return?
I think I just pause. I think I just look at him for a minute.
Okay. He nods understandingly and says, "A conversation for another time, then.
Indeed.
But should you be in the coup business, I know some people."
I really don't get these people.
Which people are these people in this case? Us or them?
Oh, there's a lot of power.
Oh no, I
hungry
meant
people.
Greg.
Oh,
Greg,
Greg?
who does? That's what
What did you say to me?
I was saying. Who? When you say you don't get these people, do you mean us or do you mean them?
Them.
Mm-hmm.
They to connect everything.
Because both cases would be valid right here. Okay. Sorry.
Well, it is 11:40, so I think we can call it here.
Interesting.
We had a lot of
Did
conversations.
we make a
there.
decision?
Preliminary.
Yeah. Seems like we're gonna go there.
I think you guys are definitely going there. You guys are definitely going to find them, track them, figure out what their intention and location of acting is. You just haven't decided yet whether you're going to kick their door in or meet them at the spot and stop them early. So it's either we know where they're hiding, kick the door in, or it's we know where they're targeting, we're going to meet them at the target.
All right.
So you haven't made that decision yet, but you have decided to go to Bloodkith and figure things out from there.
Listen, man, I'm happy that at the end of the session, it's even in consideration. I feel like at the beginning, like, nah, we're not doing that.
I think it's definitely in consideration. I like that we've got some. That was a cool conversation you guys had with her down there.
I'll start off next
I
week.
think it's all.
A vision.
Are we recapping the vision?
I guess we don't have to. I can say this. Tell everyone the vision.
Yes.
You can go back and look at
If you want to, type it up and put it in your world anvil.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can do that. Yeah, that's true.
Oh.
You're asking me to do it.
World Anvil.
I haven't accessed that thing in forever.
There's a lot of good information on there.
All right, so information, please. Sign off.
Well, I made a new tab in the Discord for just World Anvil updates. So every time I get an article, I drop it in there. You can just click on that, and it'll take you to the articles.
Okay, bet. That's in the Discord.
Yes. It just says World Anvil update. It's right under the little headquarters when we always talking.
All right, bet.
But yeah, fun session, guys. Little
Yeah,
inter-party stress points.
Why is it always?
You know what I thought was funny? You guys said it was chaotic last week without me and Manny. I think we provide a responsible level of chaos for everybody else to be responsible around.
Yeah, I would agree with that. The rest of the group is too cautious. We gotta balance it out a little bit.
Yeah, and when we're not around, people.
Well, it's because I think
Brian just like hardcore scarred you guys in the last campaign.
You see it, right?
Now everyone's like,
Manny,
everyone's just like
they had a
on
great
thin
time.
ice.
You anything?
They had a great
You're
time, man.
Yo, he punishes us for everything we did.
Something
That's not
along
true.
the line.
That's not
Bro,
true.
keep going.
The other foot does always drop.
No,
but-
like
You definitely punished us. Like, here goes Chris gets what's it called? Kill, anti-kill. Oh, that's not anti. I mean,
No,
that's the king kill.
everything.
Oh no, that's not the king. That's actually anti. You got your friend killed. It's like, what the fuck?
listen.
It's like, no, we ain't doing shit.
That was a campaign ending. You know, this
Yes.
is what really happened. But to be
Found
clear,
out.
like all of these things were already in place, and y'all just kept pushing buttons. I didn't make them
Hey,
up
then-
after you did it. You guys just
And
kept
then,
doing it.
then Chris is like, no, we're still anti. And then it starts an what's it called, war that we're still dealing with now in this campaign. No, you punish us for everything we did.
And you're still punishing us for it.
You
feel like
guys
there are other
broke
examples.
load supporting pillars, so this is what happens.
I will say this
No,
to Manny's
kid.
point.
No, kid was
But
crazy.
it's your fault.
You punish Chris for everything that we did.
Kid was crazy.
Kid, oh,
He
that was
could've-
fun. Go
But
ahead,
to
Greg. You
Manny's
were saying
point,
something?
that's why this week I actually gave more of the information to the person I was talking to, Ambria, versus just acting cryptic with her.
That's very helpful.
Oh, also,
Yeah.
while we're talking about Kid, Jerry is one of Kid's like little home.
Yes,
See, that's what I'm saying.
yes.
Yeah. Like that's his backstory. He just grew up following Kid around, and then he's just a chaos.
Jerry.
junkie now.
And Jerry has been Slyrak's introduction to the world.
Which is just such a crazy ball of nonsense. Why do you explain so much?
Gotta say, you know,
We're actually on character here.
it's hilarious. But yeah, you can see how scarred they are, can't you, Manny? They're very gun shy around talking in front of NPCs for sure.
You can never trust them. That's why I don't get the lustful vampire. Can't stop, won't stop.
And he admitted that he was lustful.
No,
He said he was full of lust. How is that not lustful?
they're not. That's not a 1-to-1 relation. Like it's not.
No, I mean,
it's energy.
You're playing
The
semantic
energy-
game.
No,
You're playing
the energy
semantic
they-
game.
The energy they feed on is from lust. They're not filling with lust. They're filling with energy. It's just the emotion they track it from a person is lust.
It's lustful, bro. Just let it
I don't know,
go.
man. I feel like you're right, man.
Oh my
I'm
god.
like more full of lust, and you trying to get out of this.
Oh boy.
He said his energy that he feeds on is lust.
hmm
When we're full of food, we're full of food. He's full of lust.
You're, I really don't want to get into the metabolism of the demon inside of him and what it processes and what's actually
So that
in
just-
him.
What is the name of this book series?
So he's full of demons?
Diddy.
No, fuck out of here, yo.
No.
No,
soon.
not even close. That's the Dresden Files. Is the name of the
It's what?
series. The Dresden Files.
The Princess Diaries.
The
Right,
Dresden
question.
Files. Yes.
Is there, as a druid, like, is there a way to, like, commune with nature that's, like, not a spell?
To commune with nature, that's not a spell.
Yeah.
Not really.
Like-
I mean, not outside of like doing a nature roll for dice. Not really. I mean, you didn't roll insight, but she was full of shit when she said that they had a druid connection.
Oh, yeah?
Oh shit.
You didn't roll insight on it, so you felt all sad and shamey.
Oh, she was shit.
No, I thought it was, I truly thought it was
I-
related to their mission, because I knew
noticed.
he had a mission, but
I think she was shit.
freaking annoying.
She was full of shit. She's feeding off the shit.
Damn, that's so
She-
fucking annoying.
But that's so cool that it happened. It happened that way. You took it that way because it made a really cool character beat.
No, it didn't, because now I'm about
It
to change
did.
my whole career.
You can't now. You're in it. It made a character beat.
No,
You
I'm
felt the way.
talking about what you said.
Oh, you're gonna readjust the way you're druiding around?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, you gotta get naked,
Also-
get high off the fruits or ashwagandha.
Oh,
Go
in
Run
lay
mind-
to the forest.
on, like, go lay on the ground and see what happens, huh?
You gotta get
Keep
high
in
off
mind-
ashwagandha and run into the forest naked,
That's what I'm saying about
and
the.
then leave us for a week.
I'm saying just keep in mind that this lady is faking it till she makes it.
No, so I think you read that a little wrong. She is she's full confidence in what she's doing. She has full conviction in what she's doing. She's worried about whether it will succeed or not for what her larger goal is. So she's checking her math essentially. Like she
Yeah,
already decided
that's
on the
right.
path. She's checking the
Got
math.
it.
She's just
Got
making
it,
sure
got it.
she tallied it correctly.
The math's not
And see,
math.
that's why I want it written down.
Yeah. So
I was like, yo, why did he come back lying like this? What is going on here?
that's how he interpreted it, and it's not like she's definitely afraid. That was 100%. There's real fear. She's checking the math. It's like checking the math before you drop the first atom bomb. Like you don't want to blow the world up. You're making sure what you're doing is enough, but not too much. So she's in that. I'm on this course. I'm gonna do the thing, but I can always check it
Wait.
again. I can always check it again. I can always check it
So
again.
here's the question.
She's Oppenheimer?
What me and no, she's a
that
terrorist.
level of paranoia.
She's a
What-
terrorist.
Well, Oppenheimer is a terrorist. Continue.
What me and what was I saying? Sly, what we said to her, is that the reason she started pacing back and forth? What we said to
She
her,
was sitting down doing that. You don't know.
back and forth mindset, the mindset that she had, where she started flipping back and forth between the thoughts.
Say it again, Greg.
So, her like doing the math as you say,
Yes.
where she
When I was
had
down there invisible.
Mhm.
Was she having those type of thoughts before me and Slyrack were saying like she won't just stop?
Oh. You don't know.
I knew you were gonna fucking say that. Um,
Insight. He rolled insight 11. There you go. That's what you get. Inside check the DM. Like the gall.
no, but Jerry's report made me feel like, all right, it's definitely somebody else, and then the comment is added to that, so it's like, all right, who's actually controlling me? So,
No, yeah, you are getting there's definitely something else going on with her. But Greg was kind of touching on that with his conversations with her.
Wait, Greg, did your neck ever, was that an issue when you were talking to that crystal? Did you have some type of neck thing then too?
Yes, they both had the crystal in them.
Yeah, the
No,
crystal.
there was no neck pain when he first got the crystal and was talking to it.
It's after he got the
I
crystal.
first started having issues when I helped you grow those plants to stop the mist from getting out Patron's house.
Correct.
That's when you started having an issue? Oh, when you tapped into that?
Yes.
Oh.
When he made it happen, when he went beyond what the powers of a normal druid should be.
Oh, shit.
And she's beyond the powers of a normal druid. So.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I latched on to it. I was thinking about going back down there and asking.
Yo, Greg, you got to get super strong.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time one of my characters got super strong at the cost of something. This is why we don't trust Brian.
Wait,
What
what's
are you
the
talking
XP
about?
Who?
X didn't get super strong, did he?
No, well,
No.
yeah, he did, but you know, he changed his whole. He went to a way of.
the hand, power of burning hand. Yeah.
Oh, that was your choice. Don't put it on me.
All right, but have to make the change.
The hand of harm or healing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, Brian,
Don't
Yes.
your mouth will crack forever.
Introduce us to a barbarian, Brian, so I can multi-class.
Not only that, he introduced Samson to a nigga who could kill the tree. That was insane from a DM standpoint.
No,
Why
it
would you
wasn't.
do that?
Your interaction with that character was so unhinged
The back.
anyway. No, not the back.
No, I'm saying that's a barbarian. No. Archie. That's what you call it.
Archie?
Yeah.
Archie.
That's long ass name.
So
right?
they ran into an archfey, Manny, and it's my fault that they asked the archfey to kill someone.
Spoke to it?
No,
Yeah,
that's nice.
No.
What?
No.
No.
They were trading items for boons, right?
No,
right, hang on.
Stop taking things.
Did you know that he was an archfey?
We
No,
knew
they-
Yeah.
Yes.
We didn't know the ramifications. We didn't know the ramifications of it. This was our first
We told
campaign.
him no.
No, Chris was wild.
You don't do this.
Chris was the whole last campaign. Chris was wild.
That's true too.
To a king, like when we first met him, just talking crazy shit to a king in his face. He got the archfey to kill somebody. What else was he doing? He's just doing wild ass shit.
No, the king that I was talking shit to, that's the king that I got the archfey to kill.
Yeah.
So you thought.
By trading the archfey the weapon that the king gave Chris.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
He
did?
traded away a legendary item to
Oh,
put a hit on somebody.
But
Ooh,
You
some
hired
of
an
them.
archfey as a
Some
hit.
of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got no skin.
No, I don't think that was the thing he traded for the
No, he
for the
traded
hit. He traded the loot
straight-
because to get us out of danger with the Queen of the Sun or whatever, the Sun Queen.
Oh, that's right. No, the loot got traded. It's the same thing
At the Sun-
because he didn't make the
We
deal
call-
at first. He ended up making the deal
Oh.
when you got in trouble with the queen,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
that was the only way out because he could make this deal and get you out at the same time, and that was because the queen was going to just take the loot
I wasn't right.
because he showed it off in front of her.
I don't think I was.
Ah.
Yeah, it was a super legendary item, Manny, and they ended up in front of
Oh, shit.
one of the lesser queens of Fae with it, and he was showing it off, and she recognized it because it has a huge legend behind it, and she recognized what it was,
Ah.
and it was one of those that they were there for like a peaceful conversation, And then it was like, what makes you think you're gonna leave with that?
Oh shit!
It got dark.
Yeah, it's one
But
of those
see,
like,
again, Manny, again, Chris has this legendary item that he worked for. Brian says,
I
"Oh,
bust my ass for that shit.
somebody." Chris says, "I'm gonna use this shit," and then Brian says, "Punishment." Again,
not
there you go. Another
punishment.
example.
The world, you guys, he's been warned about showing that off a bunch of times. It wasn't
But
he just thought,
so
"Oh, it's
remember,
backward."
I was on a run of just trying to be like the best bard, and then I got robbed of my shit, and I.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm having a hard time taking your
I
side
wanted-
here.
I was actively trying to be the best bard in the world. I was killing shit.
I'm not saying that every time, like at some points, we deserve to be punished for something. But I've just given you 4 examples off the bat about why we don't trust Brian and why we're extremely
Yeah, but
careful.
they all came with some irresponsible decisions.
Yes, thank you, Maddie.
Like you notice how the Staff of Ages, I've only taken that off my back like twice. Like that is a super powerful item. I'm not just gonna be carrying that around in front of everybody.
But see, I wasn't. Once again, first campaign. I wasn't looking at it like that,
Oh,
I'm like,
we were
oh,
way
shit, I
into
got-
the campaign when that happened.
bro.
You learned some lessons by then.
Still, I'm looking at this like as if I had like Prince's guitar, and I'm just like a nobody, just traveling around with Prince's guitar, one of his guitars. That's how I looked at it. And then this chick looked at it and was like, "That's one of Prince's guitars." Yeah. And I'm like, "Okay, we can die here, or she can have this shit."
I mean,
It was a
Wait,
fucked
no,
up situation to
just
put your
described
player in on
understanding.
their first campaign.
No. You ran into a bunch of royalty who knew what that was and did the same exact thing to you, and you got out of there. You ran into a bunch of people who were like, "Yo, that's dope. I want it." But people probably told you, "Hey, people are gonna want that thing. Be chill about it."
Oh,
I'm
Brian,
pretty
I
sure
tried to
I think you panicked at the item that you gave me and
No.
took it back
If
before I
wanted
could
to
utilize
take
it.
I would
It was
have
potential.
taken it. No, sir.
You did take it.
Sir. No, you gave it away. I didn't. No, I
Brian,
didn't take it away. From
No, you
Sean.
took it. That's crazy.
No. Tell yourself what you
No,
got to.
yeah.
You gave that away.
If this was corporate America, you took it.
Brian, I tried to have a conversation with my grandmother, and you didn't like my tone, and that flipped the whole fucking shit, like with her.
Listen,
Like-
listen.
That was the craziest.
I let the characters go where they go. I don't control them. You got spicy with Grandmama, and you know what? You must have got that
Yeah.
honestly, because Grandma's spicy too.
That was crazy. That
I
impacted
allow for you to inform the characters around you.
insane. And then you were like,
What level were you guys at this time?
let's not the backstory
The
enough.
grandma conversation was early. It changed so much.
The
I
entire campaign was hinged on that damn conversation.
It was. Her conversation changed my entire world.
Literally.
They were at least, they couldn't have been higher than level 3. Maybe level 4.
Oh damn!
That conversation, because she went there.
with her grandmother.
With my grandmother,
Yes,
by
with
the
her
way.
grandma. She went to go talk to her. So let me just add this additive note. She's a queen of Faust, sitting queen. There's 3 queens. Essentially, it's the mother maiden crone. So there's the ruling
Okay.
queen. There's the sunrise queen who hasn't taken over the throne yet, is a sunset queen. So mom's
Okay.
in charge, grandma's sunset, and they all have different districts. So she went to go see her grandma, the sunset queen, because she had gotten bullied by a very powerful mage, and she wanted recompense. So,
Oh, they was going to spoil right too.
so she went over there and it's like, "Grandma, guess what this dude just did?" And she was like, "I know that nigga. I'm gonna put this right." And then she asked her something that the grandma didn't want to answer.
I said,
And-
no. I said, no. Hold on. And she was like, basically, I was like, all right, well, he's going to die anyway because he was a human king. And she's just like, well, he might not. And I was like, what do you mean by that? And she was just like, he might not. And so I'm just like, hold on, what do you mean? And Brian was like, no, you pressed too hard. Fuck that. This changes everything.
Okay, you're compacting. It was more so just to spread it out a little more than that. Unzip the file there. So the mage that bullied her was serving the human king. When she was complaining to her grandma, or just venting to her grandmother, she was like, you know what, I'm not so worried about it because the king's human and he's going to die soon and I'm an elf, so fuck him. And grandma was like, I wouldn't be so sure about that. You know, don't stake your entire plans on being mean to someone who you think is going to die.
It wasn't being mean. No.
No, it's the saying, like, don't write him off. Don't think that's not an enemy because you think he's going to die soon. And so, and naturally, Shalora asked for, can you expand on that? And Grandma was like, no. And if I recall, I think she ended up being like, well, are you asking me as my granddaughter or are you asking me as the Sunrise Queen? And you went the route of Sunrise Queen. And that's when Grandma was like, I didn't like that.
But that's crazy because it's like, okay, now we're talking about making enemies for a kingdom. So of course I'm gonna say, okay, no, I'm asking, okay, for the wisdom of the queen flight, like, you know, above me, 2 levels above me. And Brian's like, no, fuck it, y'all are now mortal enemies.
No, you didn't become
mortal enemies. Bro,
we definitely became mortal fucking enemies.
No. So this is what it did was that interaction.
You ruined our whole life relationship of us being ultra close, and you admitted to that. You're like, no, you are no longer close. She now hates you. You're just like her daughter who abandoned her.
You're compressing it again. So it made,
that one question changed everything.
It really did, because what it did was it fully informed your mother's character. It expanded the relationship that your grandmother has with your mother, and it expanded traits that you share with your mother. So that choice made you much more like your mother, which in her eyes is something she did not like and something she tried to prevent in the past. And so it just the character clicked into place with that thing. The way my mind works out was like, boom, that's the thing I was waiting for. That defines this character. No, but like it all it did was add some very awesome family friendship.
See how he judges us off little shit like killing the tree?
Well. You know very well. Hey, brave impacts across the board.
I do the same thing though.
Thank you, man. And to be clear,
that sandbox world.
I was not given
I set the locations and the characters. Yeah.
Right, and we set up the show king.
Listen, you built such an amazing world together. It worked out so well.
Yeah, we killed kings.
It's falling apart.
And I think it did a great job developing Shalora. She's a much more awesome.
It was a great story. We still got punished.
Salora's a psycho now.
Yeah, no, she is a psycho.
No, she's a psycho. She like I keep saying, the characters from the last campaign are the Illuminati right now. And not in the best of ways.
I want to see how the Peak is doing. That's the character I'm most interested in.
Me too, actually.
Like that world leader party that you're trying to get the King of Craghammer not to go to. Who do you think's throwing that? Like, it's the Illuminati, bro. I'm so excited. I'm so excited about the whole thing. But no. To recap, do not punish you all for things. I let your choices influence the wider world. You have a very, very large impact on the world at large.
You have a very funny way of explaining punishment.
No,
yeah,
right?
it's cool, Congressman.
You're working a road, and you're like, all right, I'll go left. You're like, all right, after that tree is a cliff, and then kick us off.
Life is a penny doom.
Will you be real with us after the next week, after the election?
I know. Wow. Do you want to kill your mom?
After campaign season?
Listen, I'm probably not the one. I'm probably not the one to play to. I literally made him fight his dead wife and use his dead kid as a pawn.
He did.
Well,
Yeah,
he's-
Manny's-
His storyline
Manny's
in the
worse
last
than me.
campaign.
Yeah,
Right?
Manny's a monster. And mind you, I gave Manny a very concrete, stupid story. I tried to cover all the holes, and he still,
He does have some-
man, because I just
He's
written these like,
body
I was
out.
like, they're dead.
Call it
I'm
great.
like,
He went
God,
into
it
the
was so fucked up.
body.
Man,
great.
he did. I was like, they're
Call it
dead.
the whole-
My only mission is by any means to bring them back. Boom, we're good. And Manny's like, well, dead can mean so many things.
But you did have the option to get them back.
Yes. I mean, that was the whole goal. So, it kind of worked out.
Yeah.
You could have got them earlier, but you would have had to betray the group. But
Yeah.
Oh, are we fighting to see who's the more deranged DM? Because that's crazy.
Oh no, it's definitely Manny.
Hey.
100%.
We could have had him back from the start. Would have killed him. Campaign, we would have had to start a new campaign, but we would have
No,
Like,
it was a
Brian,
lot of fun.
we'll have like
made the conscious decision to become undead in the current one.
I did choose to be undead.
Manny
Yeah,
never has a problem with killing the entire group.
Yeah. that's it's a little more combat chaotic over there. A lot of fun, but man.
And it's very much the opposite of here. Like, especially after the first campaign, like you guys were very much shoot first, ask questions later.
Yeah.
A couple of the fights that you had that went really poorly were supposed to be conversation.
That makes
It's
so
true.
much sense. Yeah.
It's true.
That's
We
really
pissed
funny.
a lot of people off last campaign. we started the campaign pissing people off.
Yeah, I guess we did. But
Yeah.
all in good fun. All in good fun. But
Exactly. As long as everyone has fun, fucking love it.
Dream big here in World Breakers. It's only a campaign named World Breakers. It's not like your choices are gonna have big impacts on anything.
Break the world. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Last time we really went for it. We fucked the world up.
I mean, we did. It's not
Seriously
here.
fucked the world up. Yeah.
That's why I need to come with a character I don't care about so I can fuck the world up.
I mean,
I'll come with Slim Cut. Care about feeling too much. Care about him achieving his goal. But Slim Cut, it's a fun goal.
I mean, I don't like Slyrack and all, but that's got a filing cabinet of other characters behind him.
See, Jerry's only out for adventure, so it's super easy.
Hit Stain would be a good one too. Use that one.
These names are just wild.
All right, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. I will see a few of you on Wednesday.
All right.
All right, folks.
For the conclusion,